ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking.
If you could only hear what was happening here right before we got out of break, the singing is so good. Welcome back, everyone, to the State Farm Analyst Desk ahead of RNG versus CTBC flying Oyster. A little bit of news, there is a swap coming in. Atlen is coming in for CFO Shun, and since both of the teams are playing from isolation, it's going to take a little longer to get the picks and bans because they need to set things up, I assume. That's not a cleared message by tournament officials, so take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, obviously they need to make sure that everything is working properly. So I thought, let's take a bit of a big picture and look at the teams that have locked in already, because now we know everybody that will be playing in those quarterfinals. We, of course, still have to guess between who will be first seed, between Gen G and RNG Raz, but we've got quite the field here at Worlds.
It's exciting to see, specifically JDG, Damwon Kia. Those are the two teams that a lot of people are pretty excited about. The pace in which JDG plays the game and Damwon Kia really starting to look in form. Those two things I would immediately call out to.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a very exciting one, right? You know, when I'm thinking forward to potential draws, there are so many good matchups. Already, I think that the big one that you're scared about as far as second seeds is you really want to dodge Damwon. Yeah. I think that's the one that is the #1 seed. It doesn't really feel like much of a reward if you pull Damwon out of that. EDG, obviously, you know, strong as well, but I think Damwon looked more like a first seed level.
And the other one for me is Group D. Both RNG and Gen G, with what we've seen so far, regardless of who ends up as first or second seed, look like in a best of 5 they'd be terrifying. As far as what you'd be a little bit happier with, it's probably looking towards Group C.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of picking up on the point on EDG, their team has always kind of confused me. I know during the regular season, you look towards someone like Scout who's like, okay, he's not having good games, and then the playoff rolls around and he looks stellar. Week 1, little waffly, but then in week 2, they just shut out both C9 and Fnatically in emphatic fashion. They're a team that I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect them going into quarterfinals. They could easily beat a team like a DRX.
Yeah, for most teams, it's always about how much can you improve into a best of 5. So we know this is very much the bread and butter of teams like the teams from the LCK rather than the teams from the LPL who are used to playing those best ofs. I love that you brought up EDG because the proof is in the pudding just last year at the World Championship, where I think until they hoisted that trophy, they were underrated.
Yes, they were underrated. They were a team that was playing towards bot lane. The meta really kind of started to formulate around that, and Viper Mako take over. And it feels like kind of the same story around this tournament where people were kind of working on what the best meta or what the meta really looked like, and now looking like a bot lane meta once again.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, I think there are some exceptions with teams like maybe like RNG or JDG or T1 that I think can play heavily through top still. But I do think overall, bot lane is feeling more and more important. And a lot of these like dead picks, Severumi, undefeated, Lucien Nami feels like it's stomping as well. You know, those are still alive and well, and EDG could be a threat with it.
I just hope Zeri doesn't come back. Yeah, I can handle Sivir and Yumi, but if Zeri also makes a comeback, well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought about Sivir, and here we are.
Yeah, I know it used to be like, oh, Zeri maybe only with Yumi, and then Yumi, how strong is she really? Now we're like, oh my god, we hate the cat. Like, it's just so strong. In any case, we have a delay as we investigate a remote coach team comms issue. I'm going to throw a spanner in the works. Question. So we've got our field, right? And I think generally, okay, maybe there's one team that's going to stick out like a sore thumb. Okay, but in any case, when you look at kind of all the teams or the top level teams, you can't really find something wrong with them in terms of a laner that isn't performing that well. But sometimes you can. And I'm not saying this is a bad player or this is a bad lane, but in one of those top teams, where do you see an opportunity for enemy teams?
I think that barring JDG, every team, and maybe Damwon, every team has shown very clear identifiable weaknesses that an opponent can kind of lock onto. And I don't know if it will be enough because it's much easier said than done. Yeah. But for DRX, for example, it is still the top side and the inconsistency that they have there, and sometimes they try to outsmart themselves. For T1, it's the fact that in their wins, they look incredible, but if things go wrong for them early, they look much more lackluster.
I mean, wouldn't you say Hope and Missing have been a little bit of a vulnerability? I feel like the early laning phases, they've been punished actually a number of times. So,
I'll take it.
Like,
Yeah,
I think
fair.
that, it's like not to say that they're bad by any means. I think they're going to win Worlds.
Nobody's bad.
But at the end of the day, I do think there's actually 0 teams that have shown like no weaknesses, no holes, right? I think that is what has made this exciting. Between those top teams, between the LPL and the LCK, it feels super competitive, and it does feel like it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, and being able to identify where those weaknesses and cover it up.
I was thinking that one. I don't want to go.
Covering it up, your weaknesses. Like EDG won with Flandre a lot of the times playing 2 champions topside and just trying to hold the fort down.
What? That's not allowed. He's playing 2 at the same time? What?
Within a best of 5.
Okay.
Fair enough. And I feel like for Gen G, an incredibly strong
I didn't know
team.
Freak was hosting today.
Doran is a player that I think can soak in a lot of pressure, but still is going to be targeted. So that's one
Soaking in pressure and targeted are these key words that analysts like to use.
Weak side, soaking pressure, really absorbing
Really
attention.
Who was it? You remember? Was it like Steak we said that about so often? Like, oh, he really is a sponge. He's so much
He's
pressure.
a real pressure sponge.
So on the other side then, because the glass is half full, always, who has impressed you the most? It can also be a duo lane.
Zeka, got it from you.
Yeah.
There we go. I knew you were going to jump on it. I knew you were going to jump on it.
I was.
There we go. Zeka has just been insane. I think he's been one of the best mid laners so far at the tournament, if not the best mid laner. It's kind of hard to not be excited about his growth as a player throughout his career.
I think Zeka's incredible. 369, I was excited for him before the tournament. I'm still excited for him during the tournament. I know coming into, I believe it was the last day, if not the last game, he had a plus 21.6 CSD at 15, which is just disgusting. And the guy has really showcased even better games. That was before his Aatrox game, where he's just absolute 1v9 monster. So I'm just excited to see what this guy's going to do at BO5.
For me, it's Zeus. I want to reiterate that this was a player that was on the T1 roster last year. Didn't see play, of course, then they played with Kana. Still almost made it towards the finals. We're only 1 game away from that. And to come in your rookie year as a starter, be able to play as well in your first Worlds as he has, be a legitimate win condition, either with or without resources, to me, is so incredible. And I think a lot of what T1 has been able to successfully do, even with the resurgence of Guma and Keria, relies on Zeus performing.
How exciting must it be for you and the LCK fans that you're seeing him really grow within a year?
Oh, it's insane. I mean, I shouldn't be asked to talk about Zeus because I'll just keep going. Because like seeing the player debut last year on his NAR was already... There was a lot of promise, but we've seen with Brutal, for example, who's currently sub on Dumb on Kia, that doesn't always lead to anything. In high-pressure situations, players don't always deal with it as well. And I think it's perfectly excusable, but that makes it even more impressive when a player does end up performing.
See how long we are in this delay, because maybe you can talk about it.
I don't know if we should do that.
But I'd like to broaden it up a little bit. We also, of course... have to take RNG into that conversation about the title contender. And I love what you said there earlier, Azael, about how it does feel, and of course we may be proven wrong in the best of 5s, but that between the LCK and the LPL contenders, you can see it going either way in most of these matchups, right? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think for me coming into Worlds, and something that I think I've been proven wrong on a bit, is that, when I looked at like 3-4 from LCK, I saw a lot of holes in their gameplay during the regular season and during playoffs.
Me too, man.
Even with LPL, like when you're looking at some of the kind of the bottom seeds there, you're looking at EDG and you're thinking, all right, well, this team, they play excellently through bot, but if they can't create massive bot advantages, what are they really doing in the mid game, right? So a lot of these teams did feel like they were maybe a bit one-dimensional. When I looked at Dom1, it felt like if Showmaker wasn't actually getting put ahead by Canyon and he wasn't actually on a playmaker, the team really stalled out in the mid game. And a lot of these teams would just result in like, okay, time to flip a Baron because we don't know how to advance the game state. But it does feel like they have really stepped it up. A lot of these teams, maybe it is because they're just kind of above the level of competition that they've been playing against so far, that they're not being pushed. But I'm really interested to see if some of those holes are going to start showing themselves in a BO5 when they're playing really the elite of the elite.
That's what it feels like. It's so easy when you're just locked into watching domestic play for a few months and you're like, okay, it looks like hard for an EDG or an RNG to create pressure if it's not from their strongest lane. And you're like, okay, well, actually it's because Xiaohu's like playing against Doumbia and Rookie and all these like top tier players within your own domestic region. And so when you actually come out to this league, you get to show the world how much above you are from the rest of the market.
Yeah, for sure. And the best example of this is DRX, because that was the team that a lot of people didn't have faith in to even make it to the tournament. And Zeka coming out is normally playing against Showmaker and Chovy and Faker, right? So it goes without saying that a player like that, when he is kind of unleashed and playing against what aren't some of the best mids in the world, he gets to show a lot more of what he's made of.
We still have the delay. So I know people love the serious talk. I do. Oh, final ready checks. I was going to play a game with you guys.
We're not playing a game? What was the game?
It was going to be that, so we write a name of a player or a champion, and then, you know, you hold it here, you don't know what it is, and you have to guess what it is.
Overruled.
Don't write anything.
I love that.
Don't edit that. I think we still have 30 seconds, but I think this would be good for a next
We're saving it for
delay.
the next
Yeah.
pause.
Yeah, the next pause that's never come, or it is. I'm trying to end.
Well, we got an LCK team up in the
It's
game
true,
afterwards
it's
as
true.
well. So
And fantastic work by the production crew, of course. These are issues that sometimes are hard to workshop, and they're doing their very best. And I hear we're getting close to ready checks.
You know what I'm ready for?
What?
Atlas talking about Atlen. That's what I'm ready for, saying that
Atlas
name.
talking about
I see you.
Atlen.
That's what I'm...
narrowly missed out on closer versus closer.
Yes, we did.
that
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
could have happened. Yeah.
What was like the hardest one? 1907 Fender.
1907 Federer. I mean, in NA, it's Sven Skaren and Sven, right?
Yeah.
Sven and Sven. Was at least for us a tongue
Yes.
twister. And then we had Blue and River, which turned into some stuff.
That's a good
Blue
one.
and River. Blue is getting the blue from River. River's going to go to the river towards it. You know, like it just became this whole.
Or in the LPL, there's Wei and Wei Wei. I'm just saying both of them are junglers. So if you're making the call for Wei, you have to all... Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. Here comes Wei. He's going for Wei Wei.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. Like, I didn't want to go to the silly game because we were almost close, and now we're just in absolute murky. Like,
Are we
territory.
actually close, or are we just gonna play the game?
They've been getting final ready checks
Okay,
for 3
okay.
minutes. Because I feel
So-
bad because we can't start the game, and I also don't want to dive into a deep conversation. Okay, Chronicler, what's your favorite memory from this year in the LCK?
Ooh, that's very tough. I'm gonna say Ruler winning the LCK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Winning
well, I
Worlds.
mean, winning Worlds is a
Spoiler!
little
Oh
bit
my
premature.
God.
I am not supposed to talk about that.
Yeah.
No, jokes aside, Ruler winning Worlds to me was such a perfect culmination, especially because it was the entirety of Gen G who have been second place for so many
You
years.
mean
and so-
LCK, right?
yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Worlds
obviously.
again.
Yeah, again. We're getting loopy. And then seeing them be able to do that at the helms of Score, a player who was considered one of the best within the region and who was never able to until 2018 to actually deliver on that was just a perfect storyline.
And also my memory, just my favorite memories of this year is just being in live venues again. Like that's for me something that I've sorely missed. It's really hard to kind of remember the things you love most if you're just constantly in isolation. And so being able to come into Chicago, to Houston, and also this crowd has just been amazing all week long. Like, once again, thank you guys, because I know the players and the teams have really felt it.
Oh, yeah.
The GAM chants yesterday were insane. Whenever the 100 Thieves players, or just any player, it feels like that's the one thing that they're leaving, today or just this week with. So that's a big thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was just going to say, in general, also in the interviews, like, you get such a good reception. There's been every single time there's been like an LPL or LCK interview, a fan shouted something in Korean or in Mandarin or in Cantonese, and then they would get it and they would like get giddy and and it's been really great. Keep doing that.
Please.
I'm waiting for the update because I heard something about a game being ready, but I'm not sure.
Soon.
Oh, we can start
Yeah.
playing charades.
What?
It's not
Are
really
we gonna
charades.
do it? Are we gonna do a champion?
I want to
So-
hear Azil's favorite.
Oh,
movie first.
my favorite is actually pretty easy. I would say Texas, the Danny Pentakill at Baird. That to me was just one of those moments where like I got to cast that live, and that's one of those special moments. You know, I put that up with Doublelift. You know, in 2016, the turnaround on Lucien. I got to cast that as well. Those are two moments that really stick out in my casting career. As just the crowd was so loud that our mics were literally blowing out. Like there's a video that was taken of us and we're casting and someone was walking by when this moment had happened. So they pull out their cell phone and they take a video and they're from about me to you far away. You literally cannot hear us over the crowd and we're yelling as loud as we possibly can. Like the atmosphere
so
in that
great.
venue was just unreal. And it's those kind of magical moments, I think, that make LCS great and make Worlds great. And it's so much fun to be
Because some
part
of these players that are a bit younger have actually never played in front of a crowd, which is
I
so
know.
crazy to see.
I've never been in front of a crowd either. This is
Ah.
my first
You
one.
are.
Oh, yeah.
Baby cry.
Hey, here we are.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Aw, look
There
at
we
this
go.
little handsome guy.
Just so all of you guys know, he's bad with compliments.
hates
so
compliments.
please.
He loves
fuck
No,
with it.
don't do the close up. No way. doing?
Zoom in. Just
All right.
pan right in.
So, here we go.
No!
Please.
No.
Yes, there we go. That's another one.
So what I suggest we do is we'll play one round of this and see how far we get. And if people would like us to talk about the serious topics again, then we can go back. But I want to make sure there's something for everyone. So the way it works is, should we do it? We're in champ select. Oh.
We were wrapping up!
Let's get over to the caster.
Bye.
Or something like that. It's
Welcome to Champion Select, everyone. We're just here taking some photos and things like that, hanging out.
Let's play a game.
Yeah, let's play a game. Let's. It's called Call Chronicle Handsome as often as you possibly can. That's the game, and I think everyone should do it because it's
I
hilarious.
had a perfect champion to play charades with. I was so ready. Let's get right into the pick and ban.
You'll have to remember it, and maybe we can do it
This-
after the game.
Yeah.
Here's pick and ban. Already, Lysandra and Silas have been banned away on the CFO side, and then the Caitlyn and the Maokai.
And you
has
know,
been dealt with.
you know what I really want to see?
What do you want to see?
I want to see those CFO mega fans that were in the audience.
Yeah,
They
that's
had-
true. Where are you
They
at?
had flying oysters painted on their chest. Where are those mega fans?
I can see a lot of mega fans, but
They were awesome.
There was some pointing. Yeah, there's a lot of people standing up. There we go. I'm like looking
Syndra
around.
ban against Mission. He's been able to draw the Syndra ban with all their focus on it. Atlen, though, I want to talk about this because this is the big story here for the final game for CFO. They're subbing in Atlen. He, in Champions Queue, has been popping off with these aggressive bottom lanes, so I want to see a kill bottom lane. They're hovering the Lucian that Ruler just demonstrated how to operate.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but the Aatrox was left up, and when Aatrox is up, he is picked. That is how it works. He's 100% present here at Worlds, and so obviously not going to escape first pick. So the answer should be GALA and Ming locking away the Lucian Nami eventually.
You
and
get a
of course
Lucian
get
hover
something
for
better.
a Lucian hover.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it will just be straight up Lucian Nami, not wanting to give anything away, not feeling like a priority jungle pick is going to be necessary.
This is so funny, though. This is like an ego thing. This is now becoming the Lucian Nami group. Gen G just demonstrated, you know, Ruler and the Hens are like, this is how you do it. And now RNG are like, okay, hold on a second.
Hold the phone.
We're going to show you some Lucian Nami. It
Wow.
gets answered with Atlen Draven, though. That's a kill lane, baby. We want from this kid. I mean, subs, when you go to Worlds, always play a tremendous amount of extra practice. No, whether it's solo queue, whether it's champions queue. And so I see so much Atlen in there grinding away. And now he actually gets on the stage. They give him the Draven. They give him the kill lane. You're going to want some jungle pressure down there too, though. So it brings into question, for me, the jungle bans that will come in second round here very quickly. Because Gemini has an amazing Poppy. And Poppy was banned against him throughout playoffs like 9 times in a row, every single game. Banned out. He's an extremely strong Poppy, enabling jungler here. Could get down there to the bottom lane, try and gank for them. Because Poppy's very good against the Lucian. W ganks up. He can flash over the wall and get down there.
I mean, good against everyone here outside of the Nami, and kind of good into Nami because you just kill her, right? Like that can certainly work out as well. I do want to talk about Atlen just a little bit because sometimes you talk about subs and they don't have as much experience on the main roster, but for the last couple of years, he's been playing with Gemini and Koala quite often. It was only quite recently that Shun actually came in. It was this year at the beginning, and Atlen has played a few games, subbing in here and there. And so it's going to be good to see whether he can make this Draven work as the Nautilus has been banned away from Koala. This feels like an old school Koala pick from like 2020 Worlds. I'm getting some flashbacks.
I like this too because if Gemini is going to go with one of these ganking enabler junglers, you want to ban out the carry junglers that will punish you the most. Do not give Graves over if you want to camp bottom lane and go for a bunch of spam ganks here for Gemini. So definitely don't give over the Graves.
Well, seeing what it's going to be, scanning through some pick percentages, things like that, is okay. Here it is. Renata going to be taken off the board. Koala not going to have access to that one. Would be a pretty scary lane. And the Akali banned away from Xiaohu. So he's not going to pick that one up twice in a row. Last time it was absolutely terrifying. That 10k damage in a team fight, pretty ludicrous. And now, will it be the Poppy picked away? Because, of course, Wei pretty good at that champion also. And so they can take it. Denies the sort of Poppy Emperor's Divide combo as well. No, let's just punch them.
Vi into Draven though, super popular, of course. Point and click. You can't hit you with a stand aside. Ultimate's gonna go through.
Up now, Atlen, what are we picking up here? Gemini's Poppy, available. A whole slew of supports also up and ready to go as well, but will be the Viego considered? So neither team actually heading over towards that Poppy. Thought it might have worked out pretty comfortably on either side, but no, it will be the Viego. And there is the Amumu picked up by Koala.
Kill lane, kill lane, get it! All right, 2 Amumu Qs. Stand aside, as well as Viego stun coming through. Expect some fireworks, Atlas. This is what we want.
And we're going to need them as well on the side of CFO, because if they're not going in, then they're just getting poked down and possibly just dying in that lane. Because Lucien Nami certainly able to offer a lot of that. The Ahri being considered, Ahri and Vi, a phenomenal combo mid-jungle. And this is RNG, a very aggressive draft. Oof.
Yeah, you talk about bottom lane fireworks. That's gonna be all fine and dandy, but Ahri plus Vi is guaranteed kills. Vi ultimate plus Ahri at level 6, you can kill basically anyone on the map that you want. It's instant follow-up. Vi ultimate into charm from Ahri, basically guaranteed. You can get the full combo. That mid jungle is very scary.
Certainly is, and Ahri has been something picked into Azir all year long. Of course, hasn't been quite as popular here at Worlds, but still does what it says on the tin. Still, I think that CFO are definitely in with a fighting chance here. I like how the draft has worked out, and it's about whether or not that Draven can start getting accelerated. If you believe in Oysters, could still be an opportunity for you here to get that upset over RNG.
There definitely are some Oyster believers here in the crowd today. We saw them earlier, and it's going to be very, very critical how we start out these early jungle paths. Can they get down to the bottom lane very quickly before the levels really start to come in for RNG? Once you get Vi plus Ahri level 6, not only does mid lane and jungle have to worry, but also if those two roam down bottom lane, they want to assassinate Draven, take all the stacks away.
Oh, Church of Kobe, just getting ready for our next matchup. But we are very close to the rift here for CFO versus RNG. RNG, of course, let's remind everyone of the stakes. If they win, they do not lock first seed. They could then lose to RNG and have to play the tiebreaker in order to get that first seed. Also, if they lose here, they're not out with a shot as well, because then Genji will have to beat them in order to claim that first seed, but there won't be any tiebreakers. And here we are, under the rift, for possibly our second last game of the day, but also possibly not. There is that tiebreaker opportunity, Kobe, and that's what we want.
It's 50-50, okay? Either it is or it isn't.
That's true. Everything always is. And Koala's going to find Ming here. All right.
The Mortal Kombat!
Yeah, there we go. That's Bandage Toss 1. Not Bandage Toss 2 yet, but Atlen, that is a infinity CS advantage.
Got him.
That the Draven has.
Shout outs to my boy Doa. Loving this Mortal Kombat as always.
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of people that remember that was Doa coining it. I still have people telling me, oh, that call Mortal Kombat was great. And I have to tell them, no, that was Doa many years ago.
Always cite your sources.
You have to. You absolutely have to. And GALA, not going to be walking into this brush or anything like that. Of course, CFO without any vision of the Lucien.
Ooh, I like it. Delayed invade. Let's go for it.
I was hoping for a blind bandage, but it didn't actually happen.
So you want to try and split the map here for bottom lane to be able to get Gemini more area to work with and really try and funnel Draven. Draven, of course, everyone knows this champion, the snowball champion, where you want to stack up the Adoration, cash in. He's also gone 3 health potions with the longsword start. Splitting the map means tremendous things here for Viego for this bottom lane. And we're going to see Wei come over after his red buff, pop this blast cone, and find Gemini in the jungle. He used Smite to take away blue, so he's not going to be able to finish up that Gromp.
Well, Xiaohu's down to 100 health. Nishan definitely laning very effectively
Jungle
here
going back in.
Ahri.
Look at Gemini as well. He wants to contest on this Gromp. No Smite for either jungler. They're going to fight over it. Koala, there's a ward on him.
Yep, they do know, as there it is. The Vault Breaker comes on forward. Ming's here. Gemini going down very low. The Ignite is still ticking, though. And now Ming getting bloodthirsty for this kill. Still overextending a little. Atlen's going to turn up. He can sense it. Wants to be able to cash in. It's a very early cash in. And the dash over the blood to Atlen. Welcome to Worlds, my friends. Already a pretty great start.
Welcome to Worlds, and the Oysters win the war finds the bandage toss. Missed the one earlier there onto Wei, but they get this one and they get the kill onto Ming. And the Oysters go wild.
Absolutely amazing stuff to start this one off. But
Wild
I mentioned
flying oysters.
wild flying oysters. Are there any oysters that aren't wild? Do you have domesticated oysters? Is that a
Oh
thing?
yes, you certainly
I guess if
do.
you have flying ones, you could probably have domesticated ones as well. All right, let's check this one out yet again. The jungle battle of the ages.
Okay, so this was part one, and Koala lulls them into sleep here by missing both Qs. First one hits the Gromp, this one goes wide, and then Wei forced to flash out, Ming trying to chase down Gemini, and you see the Draven coming through with double spinning axes here. Koala clears out the vision, and then with the Warden Tri-Brush here, he's able to hit the Q this time. Gemini follows for the damage, and Atlen gets the cash-in. Serrated Dirk start here for the Draven.
Amazing stuff. Of course, often you want to stack up a few more adoration stacks there, but you'll take first blood at 2.5 minutes any day of the week.
Wei will have smite. He doesn't complete the invade here quite yet, though, and Gemini is able to get out.
Well, Gemini's going to spot the Vault Breakering Vi. Doesn't actually make it over the wall there, as you can see. No smite available. He's just dead. Wei's going to punch him. That is going to be the answering kill on RNG's side.
That's actually the second installment of the Gromp Wars.
Yeah.
Gromp Wars Part 2.
It's an epic. It's a saga now, I think.
It truly is. Part 2 going the way of RNG. Even though CFO got both Gromps, Wei was able to get the kill and steal away the blue buff.
I wonder how many more installments there are going to be.
I can't wait for part 3.
No, neither can I.
Settle it. I mean, we're tied right now. We need a Gromp tiebreaker. Honestly, though, I thought Gemini was going to slip up if he had walked up towards top tower, but he did not know. There was no information. They did not know danger was coming. They did not know that the Gromp Wars were going to continue. So
they should have, because we've been talking about the Gromp Wars this entire time. Gemini heading back for another round. Exactly. It's the lonely Gromp.
Spawn.
Part 3 is definitely the lull in the storyline, as this isn't. Atlen taking a lot of damage from GALA, just dashing into the wall to make sure that he gets that double tap as quickly as possible.
RNG have the read. Xiaohu has the read. He's coming down lane for the counter here. Xiaohu knows.
Well, Gemini, I think, is going to get that bad news as he comes in. Oh, the bandage toss begins this one, and immediately Koala's like, nope, I'm out of there. Not going to be so lucky as Gemini, as Xiaohu charms him up and takes the kill. RNG's second one of the game. Wasn't exactly the next installment of the Gromp Wars, but it was still pretty hype.
Wards save lives, Atlas, and sometimes they take them as well. Xiaohu reads it. They have the information. He comes down immediately. Nice counter there from RNG to put that snowball to a stop. And now back-to-back kills racked up here for RNG. Mission still at the top there, though, with the Azir, because Xiaohu going down that lane for the counter did leave open the push.
Yep. Wei now looking to take this dragon, and actually that kill going over to Xiaohu actually very important, because he was suffering a little bit in the lane, falling relatively behind there. Of course, Ahri kind of does against the Azir. That's pretty strong in lane at the beginning, but let's have a look at this one yet again. Xiaohu, just amazing timing, and just heads up of a map read for the Ahri player. Oof, wow.
The bubble of death. Nicely done there. Getting the counter kill on this jungler. Defensive ward. They knew there was going to be a part 3 here. You see, RNG.
Ooh. Okay, Rest actually doing a fair bit of work here to breathe, but he's looking for a back timing anyway.
It's just better prep work and looking to the future there for RNG. Both on the invade that they pulled off on Gemini on the other side, as well as the counter here. Now, though, control ward placed down by Gemini to try and invade on second spawn of blue.
Yeah, well, looks like it is just going to be Gemini taking this one away, not going to be contested, so we miss out on the Gromp Wars just a little bit, but it will be back, don't you worry. Way up towards that top side, he'll be able to take his Bramble back. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Atlen was thinking about ganking his own lane, but they're just going to wander back in there, take out all those minions, and now we have a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a calm before the potential storm.
And this is impressive from RNG to be able to calm it back down after an explosive start for the Draven lane on bottom side.
Yeah.
With that first blood money, sometimes, you know, rushing serrated dirt can get very, very dangerous. But really good prep work, I would say, from RNG.
And straight up in the 2v2, they have been laning very effectively since that happened. As you can see, the flash forward, GALA gets the answering 2v2 kill. Now looking for even more. Aqua Prison goes wide. Gemini will turn up, and there's the double. GALA way to make it
The duel over which team in this group will have a higher prio on Lucien, Nami. GALA and Ming destroy the Oysters.
And remember, this was with a first blood, already picked up serrated Dirk Draven. This is very impressive work. And now, shoes on the other foot completely, Kobe. Now it's GALA having a gigantic advantage. He goes back, gets his own serrated Dirk, and reaches item parity with this Draven already.
I don't even think he just switched feet. He just straight up stole Atlen's shoes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thank you very much. Takes him down, goes in, flash for the last powered auto there, then chasing down Koala. Look at this cleanse.
Look at the moves.
Look at the moves, and then chases him down. This one is where Gemini he knows he's going to die if they chase him down, so he goes in for the combo. Nicely played by him to get the auto attack reset there off of the stun. Almost enough damage. Clenching though there, GALA picks up all three.
So now this game has become very interesting for RNG fans. Mission possibly in trouble. Level 6 available here for Way, so the cease and desist, formerly known as Assault and Battery, could certainly work out. A Banish Toss will connect. There's the Curse of the Sad Mummy. GALA not going to be getting out of this one as Atlen holds onto a couple of autos there. Playing with Fog of War was GALA, but they're able to get themselves out.
They're back, baby! They immediately go all in with the ultimate, knowing that GALA has no flash and no cleanse from the previous play. The Oysters, good job tracking cooldowns there. They go right back into the fight, knowing they have the advantage on Amumu level 6.
Oh, that was so cool from Way. The Charm's going to connect there as well. Good flash. Doesn't get the return, but Xiaohu's still looking for more. Spirit Rush gets him out, and RNG, the 2v2, demonstrating how scary it is.
Exactly, Atlas. That was the exact play we talked about in Champion Select there. Guaranteed level 6 with the Vi into Charm.
That was a bit curious. Xiaohu walking back into the Whirling Death there, but wasn't enough to actually take him down, so no issue there at all.
And Gemini even going for the ultimate there. Now Viego, substantially reduced threat. No ultimate on him. The fadeaway here from Koala as he's walking backwards hits the Q onto GALA into the ultimate immediately, and they get the shutdown cash in for Atlen.
Amazing stuff, and he had very recently died, so the cash in not necessarily quite as much as it otherwise could have been if they hadn't.
Crowd noise though.
No, that's absolutely true, and you do get that with all those adoration stacks going down. Stand Aside does do exactly that. For GALA, that he just wanted to clear out the wave, does so. Atlen still has the most gold in the game.
Yeah.
300 ahead of GALA.
80 carries racing to the top. Quite an exciting one here, and GALA now getting Gale Force done. This is huge, huge power spike. Very scary now.
Imperial Mandate as well alongside it.
Yeah, and he's got Cleanse. So this is a giant power spike for RNG bottom lane. Flying Oysters have to navigate this very, very carefully on bottom side. Don't take the fight. Way's ultimate for Vi is almost back up as well. He has some pretty interesting choices here. Can either try and go bottom to help out on the power spike with his Lucien Nami, which is the area he's in right now, or repeat on this Azir. This mission has no flash.
Breathe is going to get spotted here by Rest, who makes his way down. A little bit of an idea, I think, as to the excitement that could ensue here in the mid lane. Rest just going to find a bit of a combo onto the Jax, who returns to that top side. Conquering Sands onto Xiaohu. Bit of extra damage, but I think it's going to be absolutely fine, as the fight over the Drake is what we're really interested in. RNG a little bit split for now.
Yeah, and they've got Breathe on top side, so they make the call, hey, Breathe, go back top, split push. We do not want to fight 5-on-5 right now.
Xiaohu might have to ult to get himself out of this one. Fair bit of damage, but no, just holds onto it. He'll walk his way out.
All right, the Oysters pick up the Dragon to even that one up. Turret plate money does go over, though. Way getting it off in time. Plenty of time there. Chunking down on bottom tower, and GALA as well, chunking off another piece.
Yep, did manage to get the cannon, though, with the ult. So 100% worth there from Atlen.
Plus.
Exactly what you want.
You always see the minus ones, Atlas.
I know.
But nobody ever gives them credit for the plus ones.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm making a turnaround.
I like the perspective change.
Well, in the LCK, we have Jonah Strong who observes, and every time a cannon is missed, he does a little zoom. A little zoom. He tries to make it subtle, but we see it every time as the Banish Toss is going to connect. There's the cease and desist into the backline. Atlen gonna have to flash to get out of that, but it does not do enough. That's the second kill to come through, but no, denied immediately. There from Koala, but just staggers it. And now Gemini getting dashed on. GALA is so huge. You mentioned this Gale Force. He gets the stun, but it's still going to be another triple for GALA.
Oh my goodness, that answers our question, GALA. Where is Wei gonna go with the ult? Down to the power spike bottom lane. GALA gets another triple and the tower.
Yeah, should be able to get max plates out of this one, as well as that first turret blood. This is going to mean that this battle between these two AD carries, who can get the most fed, is right now being very considerably won by GALA. Let's breathe. Gonna have to leap strike to get out of those infernal chains, but not too much of excitement.
I just love
top lane.
I love that this group has become the AD carry ego group.
Yeah, 100%.
Back-to-back games here. Showing off for the fans. Definitely loving it.
And it's also that, are you going to be the one to ban my Lucian group? That's what it's turned into, because both Ruler and GALA are demonstrating that you probably shouldn't give them this champion.
And this is really good, timing from Wei. Comes down, they set up 2 control wards for him to work off of. So Wei comes right through the lane. Good acting there from GALA and Ming. They expose themselves, let the Amumu go all in, hit, and it's immediate focus there. Wei with the ultimate onto the Draven. Then GALA's like, all right, I'm going for 3 again. This Viego stands no chance, goes past the tower with the Gale Force and picks it up.
Yep, GALA fans in the audience losing their minds. Understandably so as well. He's playing phenomenally. Gonna have to continue to do so as this day goes on, but right now, CFO are in front of them and they're gonna have to knock them down. 6-1-1 now has the rapid fire completed on this Lucian, and it is 3,000 gold lead for RNG, but with so much of the money exactly where they want it, makes it so scary.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Xiaohu also going with the Everfrost setup here for the Ahri. He's got a stopwatch, plenty of playmaking available by Ahri, ready to go. Right now, Wei and Ming going to move up here though and contest some vision around Herald number 2.
Yep. Reminder, our featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz is going to be up next. RNG versus Gen G. No matter what the outcome of this game is, still going to be very, very meaningful between the 2 squads. Still, RNG want to make sure that Gen G has to beat them twice.
Yeah. And coming in with a +1 in your best of 3 feels quite nice.
Yeah, real good. Well, Rest not going to be able to land that one on the Q. Umbral Dash has it fade away. Wei's going to have to leave.
Quite possibly one of the fights in this game that had the least stakes.
Yeah, was that actually, that was a Gromp fight, wasn't it? No.
There was about 100 damage dealt to each participant in that fight, and either of them could have just left the fight at any time. So.
You've read those, like some of those book series though, right? Where the first 2 are the really good ones, and then the ideas kind of run out towards the end. I think that might have been the Gromp saga. It was just a bit of a downturn in the series. Maybe it'll pick back up again. That's happened before as well. You know, you kind of have some doozies in the middle.
Matrix, just keep making some more movies.
Yeah, keep making more. Yeah.
Trilogy was bad. I don't care.
Did it get better? I don't know. All right. And I do know, but I just prefer not to talk about it right now. As CFO pushing down here on this bottom side. No turret plates available or anything like that, but they want to be able to pick themselves up a bit of that extra global gold, get back towards parity here. It's not quite a 4,000 gold lead yet for RNG, but it is certainly feeling like it's getting closer and closer to this game being very difficult to win. Xiaohu going to be spotted by Mission. He's just lying in wait. Here we go. Emperor's Divide's going to pick him up. The flash out, the Spirit Rush, catching an Ahri so hard. And now GALA, catching Atlen, not going to be quite as difficult for GALA as he just, he's on a rampage. This guy is an absolute monster. You cannot step up to this Lucian.
Oh my goodness, GALA with the Q. Able to pop him once again. Rapid fire cannon done, tower down in the mid lane. I think Wei was going to buy Q, flash forward, and ult to secure the kill. And GALA's like, it's okay, I got this.
Right.
80 carries. This is an 80 carry game. This is an 80 carry group. We're going to take care of our own business. Dragon will be picked up in the aftermath, though, for RNG as well.
Yep, going to be able to grab their second of the game. CFO pretty happy that they managed to get at least one of them, so that Dragon stacking isn't a soul point situation right now.
Yeah.
But still, man, you're looking at this Lucian, and I'm wondering what the answer is going to be, because RNG, they have the Vi, right? They have the ult to guarantee a lockdown. CFO, not quite so lucky. Mission is going to have to find one of those heroic Emperor's Divides onto a Lucian, which is very, very difficult to do if they want to stand a chance in some team fights.
You know how people always complain about top lane impact on a game? This is one of those games where you forgot about the top laners until I just mentioned it, didn't you?
Yeah, no, wait. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Okay, well, yeah, now that, Aatrox exists, as does Jax. I didn't forget. Don't you worry. It's not a wet noodle fight, though. It's like...
No.
It's a little bit more damage that happens every time they fight, and it doesn't really mean that much.
Truly is. Definitely want to see. It's also a lot easier here for the Aatrox to play team fights. So we can see Rest begin to have a bigger impact in this game, in these fights. The upcoming ones, if Oysters are to keep the hope alive. In mission right now, trying to get some money back for the team. Should be able to finish up on this tower. Be a nice little chunk here.
Yeah, Koala standing on a ward as he was backing, so is going to have that one interrupted. But they managed to get the global gold of the outer turret on the bottom side of the map, and not really too much of a cross-map answer. So CFO moving a little bit closer to under 4,000 gold, the deficit.
Quite nicely here. Into the perfect place to the Azir. Closing some distance, trying to get to the Shadow Flame. Xiaohu and Mission both racing to it. See who can get that big spell pen spike first.
Yeah. Atlen actually finishing the collector, so wanting to try and get towards some of these cash-ins. It's a bit more of a bridge item rather than a part of your late game build.
Wow, look at that though. GALA not upgrading his boots because he wants to rush into Infinity Edge. That is going to be a very early Infinity Edge for this Lucien. One, yes, because he's very rich fed.
Yeah.
But also, going straight for it here. We'll see how early he's able to grab it in this game because it's just cresting 20 minutes now.
Yeah, doesn't actually need to worry about picking up a serrated Dirk or anything like that. I believe he actually sold that already to get to that 2-item spike with the rapid fire cannon, and we saw that definitely paid for itself. If you were, asking questions about whether or not that was a good decision, I think we can say, based on what happened, that it was.
Does he have enough now? He's recalling right now. GALA going back.
I thought you were talking about the saga that was continuing. But
No. I'm talking about the Infinity Edge, baby. Oh my
God, he's already
It has arrived. It is straight up 3-item Lucien, done at 20 minutes into the game.
That is absurd. He was already too strong, Kobe.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to be glued to GALA to see what this new toy that he just picked up is capable of.
Just kill him. Best CC is death.
Yep. Well, there's the culling. Okay. It softens up quite a few members, although Rest relatively tanky. He's dashing after him. Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
GALA sees 4 members in front of him. I like those odds. Dashes forward right into them, and they scatter like the wind.
Oh, that was close. Rest does make it out. RNG. They really, really want to demonstrate the power of this Infinity Edge. CFO not giving them the opportunities that they're looking for. Currently 1-3-1 on this map. RNG just mopping up as many resources as they possibly can. Their composition does this so comfortably as well. And with this Lucien so incredibly fed, it makes 1-3-1 even better. As now, Ming and GALA just chilling out in this mid lane. And Wei can hover anywhere he wants. That's a death cap done, Kobe. There's item spikes everywhere here for RNG.
Quite nice, yeah. Xiaohu here. Of course, with the Everfrost and Charm, there's so much CC. He can create a lot of space for GALA, but with the death cap now, he's actually going to be able to take some kills for himself as well.
I want to see the auto attack damage, and everyone keeps slinking into mist and into fog of war and things like that.
So, Ruler finished the last game 7-1-3.
Okay.
So all that GALA has to do to best Ruler score is get 2 more assists in this game. I think it's a pretty easy wager that GALA is going to end up with a more impressive, more dominant, more bloody Lucien score.
Yep, I think the scoreline will certainly be in his advantage. And if it's not, we're all going to be extremely upset. I just want to see what this Infinity Edge can do to something other than minions.
Oh, I also put GALA for pentakills.
Me too.
Crystal balls.
Me too.
I thought he was going to get one in play-in. This could be the game.
This could be it. Might have the opportunity to do so. Going to need the Aatrox to get out here. Okay, there's the flash out of the way. The very dangerous culling is Koala. He will be taken down first. GALA grabs that. Yeah, that's one. Can we find any more? Everyone's in the vicinity. They are going to be backing away. Fighting against RNG with a man down is a suboptimal decision, you could imagine. As Atlen is going to wander away from the charm. He will survive, but they have no control on this map. They can't walk up. It is so scary out on Summoner's Rift here for CFO, but Rest seems to be ignoring it. He will get charmed up. Oh my god, the damage is absolutely obscene. Rest will still make it out.
Yep, sorry, didn't mean it. I'm out of here. They retreat as RNG pick up the objective on the other side of the map. CFO, though, while they're going for Dragon, they're just rushing on this pair, and RNG know, though.
Yep, that's a decision you can make. A charm is going to connect. Mission will be taken down. GALA wants to get another. Gemini, I mean, it's just one light slinger proc, and he is dead. There it goes. In fact, I think got him with the first auto.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of overkill damage.
Yeah, I think that certainly happened, as now it's RNG's turn to go for this Baron. They get themselves Soul Point, and are now looking to augment that with the purple buff as well. Things have gone, we were talking about the Gromp sagas, things were back and forth, and now it is looking like an insurmountable advantage for RNG.
I mean, it's only fair. Gen G got their warm-up game versus 100 Thieves, RNG getting their warm-up game here versus the Flying Oysters, both preparing for this giant matchup at the end of the day. Coming up next, can Gen G push RNG to a tiebreaker? This game, of course, is not over. I am counting my Oysters before they've been
flown?
shucked.
Before they've flown?
Either one. I'll go with shucked. But
I don't like that word. I know it's a word that's about pipping the oysters. There's a thing that you have to take out of the oysters.
Popping them out of the shells.
Yeah, but I just don't like the word, and I'm not going to say it.
Fair enough. You know, I respect it. I will never use that word again.
Thanks, Gobi.
That's my level of commitment to my co-casters. You don't like it? I will never say it again. Boom, done.
Yeah.
All right, Wei.
Well, Wei is going to at least let Gemini have his wolf camp. A couple of them anyway. And RNG just going to push down this top inner turret. CFO, they're going to go for a fight bot side, going for that cross-map play. A lot of CC on Debris.
Okay.
And Whirling Death, they want to give the cash-in over to the Draven, but they're unable to do so. Still gets the assist. There is at least that. Not going to be able to grab the rest of the money. As GALA is dashing forward. Mission going to soak the entire Empress Divine. He's just a little too early, and Wei gets in there. Steals away the kill. Gemini wants to get more, and they will get the cash in onto the Draven. I have a feeling it's a little bit too late, but they still get it.
Yeah, that's actually 2 kills back-to-back here for CFO. You know, there is one picked up on the mission here as Wei went super deep for it, but since you're so far behind as the Flying Oysters, you're very happy with getting any sorts of trades like that.
That's an Infinity Edge completed, actually, for Atlen. That's a big deal. Another bandage toss flying forward. That's a bit close to GALA, but still Koala looking for even more. He will die, and Atlen's just going to get 2-tapped by GALA. It does so much damage. The flat, whoa, okay, Gemini looking for a little bit more. The Draven just evaporates at the hands of Xiaohu, who's doing so much work. The charm connects one more time, and they can't get to GALA. They managed to stun him, but you will not be able to take this Lucien down, and he'll kill your inhibitor, and he may even take more.
Oh, they're definitely going to take more. RNG are good for 2 inhibs. Breathe back on screen. We get a little more top laner screen time.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Popping back. This entire map, though, of course, has already been cleaned. Look at it. Only RNG side Krugs remain to be taken. They have wiped everything off the face of Summoner's Rift. Here it is again. They chunk down Mission so low that Atlen actually flashes way next to Mission. And since he's within the Vi ult animation, you're unstoppable. He does not get pushed back by the Azir ultimate. He flashes for the kill and gives the trade cash-in to Atlen, the Draven, the Hope.
Wow, it's not that much hope. There's a Guardian Angel that has just been finished here for GALA.
Hope it either exists or it does not. I would say there's no quantity necessary.
I think it just always exists, doesn't it?
Okay, always exists. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. All right, 1,000 gold kill if you can get either Xiaohu or GALA.
There you go. This is the win condition. Lock down those bounties, claim that extra gold. It is currently a 10,000 gold lead. That is going to make things a little bit difficult here for CFO to fight back with, but they have an inhibitor turret, within the area. In goes Koala, finds himself a couple of stuns, but it's not as much value as he'd otherwise want. It is going to be Wei going down as Whirling Death flies in, but a 1-for-1, you'll take that.
You certainly will. Plus, Xiao has popped the Ahri ultimate, so if CFO can actually clear some minions for a while, ultimate time's out for Xiaohu. No more dashes on the...
Oh, that is so much damage onto Rest. He's supposed to be the tankiest member of the team. Doesn't look so much like that as Mission. Dashing forward, not going to go all the way. That shuffle could have been scary, but not going to be able to use it just there. Gemini. Xiaohu. The dash out of Gemini here. There's a teleport. Oh no! This could be a teleport into Doom. Another one will come in. If the first teleport doesn't work, just get another one in there. Rest is going to turn up. That is going to deter RNG from fighting this one. But now they have to get out. The bottom lane is a little bit split from the rest of the team.
They're so fast with the Nami splashing passive over there, walking their way out. GALA now with his completed Guardian
minions!
Wow.
Are they able to get it? Okay, thanks, Observers, for coming back, checking out this Nexus turret that is very, very close to death.
As for the soul...
Partying. Yeah, the soul, I believe, should be going over to RNG right now.
Small fries.
Kobe, I've got something to talk. Oh, okay, never mind. Rest, gonna get taken down to half health. GALA still dashing after him. Stand aside is going to come through, so GALA does have to move out of the way. And I don't really like this Jax skin. Because you know how he says, like, imagine if I had a real weapon? He has a polearm.
We don't have to imagine.
Yeah, it is actually a real weapon. It's my immersion really gets affected.
And he's not doing any better than with the lamppost.
Exactly. As now Mission getting taken down very low by the culling that really is feeling like it can just wipe them out if they stay in it for too long. Still bearing down on Nexus turrets. All of CFO are here. Rest testing. There it is. The curse of the sad mummy. Ming gonna throw down the tidal wave. Here's the answer from RNG. Wei dashing forward, possibly a little too far, and they've taken a lot of incidental AoE damage. Everyone at 50%, and RNG are gonna back away.
Ooh-wee. All right, back out to the insurance policy of Baron here then. Incidental's been calculated, and CFO have to clear out all these super minions.
Hey, that's money. You know, you've always got to... if you get more items, you stand more of a chance. And RNG, once they have 6, they can't get more.
Exactly. Right? Play the inventory game.
Absolutely. You got to look for as many angles as you have. There is, you know, a Mountain Soul, which makes things quite difficult. You can't get rid of that buff. And now with the Baron, 0 inhibitors. The attack speed on these super minions is going to be absolutely absurd. And remember, there's only one full health Nexus turret. The other one is barely limping. Okay, RNG just about to cross some T's and dot some I's. You can see not wanting to make any mistakes that could leave this game open. Xiaohu teleporting in. Now they're going to set up the minion waves and just crash them onto CFO's base. Wei, ball breakering forward. You can see Breathe just ushering the minions in. And CFO going to go for the fight early. Koala lands the bandage toss. Not going to commit too much more. Does have his ult just available now. Doesn't land the second bandage toss as Breathe has that bottom wave under control. The other 4 are going to move up. GALA with the culling. Koala almost just taken down immediately. Everfrost not going to find him. He flashes. He gets to the fountain. And now Xiaohu looking for him. He doesn't quite get there. Does get the turret. And the Draven is just left alone. It's a double kill for Breathe now as GALA picks up one. There's one for Ming as well. And RNG will destroy CFO. Claim this Nexus and ask Gen G whether they can bring them to a tiebreaker.
RNG undefeated so far in this group. Only one opponent left.
And that's an opponent that they've already managed to take down the first time of asking. Now RNG will have the blue side as well, which has been pretty successful here at the World's Group Stage. Certainly was yesterday. And so certainly things looking very, very good for the MSI champions to make it out in first seed.
GALA one-upping ruler with the Lucien.
I think it was a bit more than one. What was he up to? I think it was about 13 or 12?
and 8.
Yeah,
so
not a bad scoreline.
Much more than one. But look at that, dwarfing the numbers here of damage done.
Yeah, I think Ruler had something around 40% of his team's damage. This looks like a larger number than that as far as percentage. That was 42,000 damage, not percent thousand. That is Not too bad. But on the other side of the break, Gen G and RNG will battle to determine their quarterfinal fates in our featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz, so don't go anywhere.
Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Raise it to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Raise it to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, what? Run me my money. Run me my money. Run me my money. Yeah. Big bad money maker, working hard for all this paper. Check my stats, I'm kinda major. Can't nobody do it greater. I can make your body rock. I'm the boss, I call the shots. Doesn't matter what it costs, baby. No, I got it. I'm forever popping like the hot grease in the pan. Gotta make them understand. I don't never need no man. I'm a INDEPENDENT chick. Yeah, you haters think you slick. Got it all, never fall. I'm the one they always call. Spend a stack up at the mall. They say I'm the greatest, y'all. I bring all the flavor, yeah. I bring all the heat. If you ain't trying to get money, baby, you can have a seat, yeah. Run me my money. Yeah, run me my money. 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 Yeah, look, they don't want no smoke cause they know I got the vapor. Keeping all my jewelry on me tighter than a taper. I be on my ballin' tip harder than the Lakers. Do nothing for low, I don't do no favors. Came from the bottom, busting out the bag. I'm the girl you never had, never will and never have. All these suckers know I'm bad, know I'm lit. Make these haters wanna quit. I don't want no things you got, not even a little bit. Face pretty, game tight, make you get some act right. Play me once I catch a flight, money Himalaya height. Got no time to be polite, get these broke men out my sight. If you got the cash, baby, we can leave tonight, aight? Run me my money. Yeah, run me my money. Run me